Welcome to ChampionsHeart. You can't play boxing. Featuring boxing addict Johnny Farace and friends from superfans to superstars.
Hey, boxing fans, welcome to ChampionsHeart. You can't play boxing, and I'm joined by 2020 Trainer of the Year and father of undisputed lightweight champion of the world, baby, Teofimo Lopez Jr. Junior, how are you, man?
Man, I just can't believe it. You know, all these merits that they're giving me. I really don't care about me, man. You know, as long as my son gets all the recognition that he deserves, bro, I don't care. You know, I think in a way, people got to look at the way we fought Loma. The plan we had, the way we executed, the way we took a lot of things that Loma, you know, does good in the ring. So I think that in a way I did deserve it. You know, there's great trainers out there, way better than me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody, but I mean that win with Loma, we risked it all, bro. Yeah. We went in there and we risked everything. Yeah. I mean, and that's what makes us. We love risk with my son. You know, because I always said it. You know, I really believe nobody can beat my son, and he ain't scared of nobody. You know, we fight the smart fight. You know, we have to fight the fights that are gonna be worth it. You know, why are we gonna fight a guy that's already on his way out? You know, that's just me telling my son, you know, I don't think we're ready, man. I don't think we're ready. I think we should just get, you know, like these little fights, you know, until we get to the top. That's not the way we think. The way we think is, why wait? We already beat Nakatani. We already beat Comey. Why are we gonna go backwards? Listen, ever since we fought, I think it was in the 6th fight that we was calling out Loma already. Mm-hmm. You know, and we was real about it. And let me tell you something about the boxing world, and let me explain this to the boxing world, because there's a lot of casuals out there and a lot of people that don't understand the game. I could call out anybody, all right? I could say, I want to fight this guy. I want to fight Teofimo Lopez. I want to fight Teofimo Lopez. But Teofimo Lopez is scared of me. I could say that. I could say I want to fight Tyson Fury. You could say whatever you want. Why? Because the fight isn't made, then we're ducking you. Right. So you're a duck. So for the rest of your life, you're never going to fight nobody because everybody's ducking you. Right. That means you're not a smart fighter. You know what I'm saying? We got to where we got because we asked for the names and we beat the guys for that person to take the fight.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So we got it the hard way. We went for the biggest fight. Now we want to take not a tuna fight. We want to fight another fight at 135. But why go backwards? We already won everything at 135.
Uh-huh.
The only way we're going to fight somebody at 135 is if the money's right? Mm-hmm. So like that, we don't have to wait until until maybe August to fight, or December to fight Josh Taylor or Jose Ramirez. We going after the big boys. Mm-hmm. So how the hell are we ducking anybody under the 135 weight division? It just doesn't make no sense.
Let's talk real quick about the game plan. We're going to talk about going forward too. I want to bring that up, but I do want to talk about the game plan that you had against Lomachenko and what, you know, you were, you know, deservingly so given the Trainer of the Year because of your game plan and for taking that fight. I mean, damn, your whole team, the Manager of the Year, Trainer of the Year, Fighter of the Year. I mean, the whole team, because of the boldness of what you did. Tell me, or tell everybody if you care to, I guess, you know, what was the game plan? I seen Teo coming in and jabbing at Lomachenko's right arm. I seen him being aggressive. What was the game plan?
Well, I can't go really into details of how we do our things because I don't want nobody knowing my secrets or whatever it is. But one thing I could tell you, one thing that we did really big in the fight, make sure that Lomachenko didn't step to that left that he steps to, you know, or the right. You know, Lomachenko, it will be Lomachenko's right, it will be our left.
Yep.
So once we took that away from him, he just became a good fighter. But once we took that away from him, you see, Loma tends to go to that side and he gets his momentum off that side. We practiced that. We did a lot of drills on that. I know Loma knows about it because he felt it in the fight. Not only that, but the power that my son posed as well. But when Loma saw that, he said, these guys worked on it. These guys worked on my style, and that, I think that shook them a little bit in the beginning. You know, he didn't know why he couldn't go to that side, you know, and the reason why we did it was we was popping him every time he would step to that side. You know, we was popping him, or we were stepping off the side. And there's a way to do that with Loma, but I'm not gonna say how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, I'm saying that Loma was overrated only because we beat them, and that's what they were saying about Nakatani. They said that my son was garbage because he couldn't beat Nakatani. Nakatani was a nobody. But look what happened. Nakatani came and knocked out Verdejo, and he proved to himself that you know that we fought a strong dude, and we beat him every round. I mean, the judges had him only winning 1 round, and 2 judges had him winning 2 rounds. Nakatani, that is. We fought back-to-back 3 great fighters. And not to talk about Magdaleno. When we fought Magdaleno, he had only lost to 2 world champions. You know? So Magdaleno was in his peak position. He was good. He was sharp. You know.
You can back up one more.
William got knocked out.
You can back up
William Silva, too. You know. Bro, but look at these fighters after they fought us. Look at them. You know? Nakatani did great with my son, and look what happened.
Yep.
You know, he just beat Verdejo.
Yep.
William Silva, look at him. He went the distance with Verdejo when Verdejo was doing great. You know, Verdejo was knocking everybody out.
Yep.
And he couldn't knock out William Silva. And we came in there and just took over, you know. You know, and that was the point where we were the top guys in top rank from the process, because they were cheering Verdejo. They wanted Verdejo to be the superstar. Once we beat William Silva, I told my son, get ready, because you're next. You know, after Verdejo lost to Lozano, right? Lozada, whatever. I told my son, get ready. You just beat William Silva. Verdejo just lost to Lozada. Now they're going to push you. And that's when we started taking all the big fights. Magdaleno, you know, Nakatani, Coleman, you know, which is not, you can't even argue. How many fights do we have? We have accomplished all this with only 16 fights.
You've already fought all that.
You understand?
Yeah, that's amazing. Yes, sir.
Nobody has ever done that. I don't think anybody has ever done that. You know what I'm saying? We unified the 135 weight division. Will be the first ones to do it and the youngest ones to do it.
What do you say to the claims Lomachenko's now coming out 2 months later saying that the judges were rigged, or that he felt that he was robbed?
It just makes him look bad. Listen, you lost to a great fighter. You lost to my son. And that's the only fighter you could lose to right now. I don't see him losing to anybody else in the 135 weight division. And I want to see these guys prove me wrong. Why they don't fight him? They haven't even mentioned Loma. You don't hear none of these guys mentioning Loma. Anybody in the 135 weight division is not mentioning Loma, except for Stevenson. The only one, but he fights at 130.
Exactly.
You know, so that's why I'm saying nobody at the 135 is trying to fight Loma.
No.
All right? They want to fight my son. You know why they want to fight my son? Because they know that fight is never going to happen. It's easy to call out people, but what you got to bring to the freaking table? You got nothing. I guarantee you, they better shut their mouth. If the fight with Gambosis does not go through, I'm coming after one of those guys.
Right.
You know, and I'm sick and tired of saying names because I don't want to give them clout.
Everybody knows
none of those guys.
They can look them up.
They don't deserve it.
Yeah, they can Google it. They can give it. But you're saying Cambosis is I think that's the next smartest choice. Go down to Australia and fight Cambosis. Is that what's on the table?
Listen, the only reason why my son said I'll fight Devin for $10 million was because that's about how much money we might get with Cambosis.
Right.
So why are we gonna fight this kid for lesser money and gain nothing by it? But I guarantee you, we have to fight a 135 pounder. So after this fight, if Gambosis doesn't want to take the fight, if something doesn't go through with Gambosis, then we're gonna go after these guys. And let me see what they're gonna say after that. I'm sick and tired of the lies. They don't want to give us the respect that we deserve. and I'm talking about the casuals, because the Boxing Association, the Writing Association is giving us all the props, and that's all I care about. I'm Ring Magazine Trainer of the Year.
Yes, sir.
My son is Ring Magazine Fighter of the Year.
Yes.
You know, outstanding performance. You know, it's just amazing what we're doing and accomplishment.
Upset of the year.
You know what
Year, manager of the
Upset of the year. Upset of the year. Nobody has done that since Mike Tyson, winning 2 awards.
Right. Has a chance. He must be elated right now with all these accolades. I know that he felt like, you know, that he's never really got the right deserving, you know, that he's from the boxing world. Now, hopefully he's feeling the love, at least from the boxing people. The casuals, another thing.
Johnny, who matters the most?
The boxing people.
All our accolades are going to be written, and they're going to be there for the rest of the world to watch forever. Name me one of these guys that's done that right now.
Boxing Writers Association, being nominated by them is huge. That's ginormous. That's 94 years they've been writing that in boxing. That's where it's at.
Johnny, you remember me in the amateurs, Johnny?
Of course.
Where my son was beating everybody, and they wouldn't even let me to the gyms to go see the boxing shows. Yep. Because they hated me so much.
Yep.
That they would want to charge me. When my son was the Golden Glove champion for 7 years in a row, or 9 years, I forgot how many years. Mm-hmm. He was the Golden Glove state champion for almost 7 years in a row, and he was like a little superstar. And I remember when I used to go to these gyms that we used to fight at, that we used to bring people to pay money to come and see us. Mm-hmm. They wouldn't let us go in unless we paid.
Yep. You
remember those days?
I remember that.
And everybody hated me.
Yep.
Everybody hated me. You remember the times that they never used to let me come inside the gym to train my son because we wanted Davey Powell to take care of us, and they left me outside. People try to forget about all those things, you know. And I used to have to train my son outside a door that was locked through a window.
Remember that?
That's how much sacrifice I put into this. That's why I am the man who I am. I went through hell to get my son where he's at right now. And people want to forget about those things.
And you guys always use that for fuel. Always use that for fuel. The haters.
Exactly. But you know who was, you know that door that they used to lock on me so I wouldn't train my son? That was God.
Ah, man.
You know why? Because God wanted me to fight more and more and more. And I think that if it would have been given easy to me, I think we wouldn't have been here right now. I think I would have gave up on my son a long time ago. I wanted to prove everybody wrong, and that's why I kept on going. And that's why everybody in Davie, everybody in Florida hated me as a coach. They hated me, and they all wanted my son for themselves. That's the same shit's happening right now in the pros. They can't stand my mouth. They can't stand it because I speak the truth. People die because of the truth. Huh? That's all I ever done. You know? And you know one thing about it? Every time they try to prove me wrong, they fail. They try to prove me wrong with Nakatani, they failed. You know, they were dying for Verdejo to win that fight. Yep. Yeah, they wanted Verdejo to beat Nakatani.
Yep.
You didn't hear the announcers going crazy with Rob? They were so happy. They said, finally, there's somebody that can beat Teofimo, you know? And then what happened? Nakatani knocked him out.
Yep.
You know, and why? Because my son hurt Nakatani so bad that he was off for about a year and 7 months.
Oh, wow.
He retired from boxing. I think he had a brain issue. You know, after the fight, Nakatani went straight to the hospital.
I remember that, right?
Yeah. When that Russian kid died. Remember when that Russian kid died?
Absolutely.
Remember Maxim? Maxim, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that was, man, I felt really bad when that kid died. You know, I was the last one to say bye to, you know, to tell him, because he was right in the corner. You know, when you go to the corner and the music is playing,
yep,
and you're hyped up, you're waiting for to get in. Mm-hmm. Yo, this kid was sitting down by the stairs, and I saw that kind of weird. So I went up to him and I said, "Hey, do your thing, man." And I gave, you know, and I went inside, and then he, you know, but he was sitting down. He looked like he didn't want to be in there.
Oh, wow.
You know that guy only went up. That guy only went up 2 pounds. He only hydrated 2 pounds. You know, I think he was so dehydrated that all those punches.
Yep.
He had nothing to absorb those punches with. He had no water in his
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
or whatever.
Right.
And so right after that fight, Nakatani retired. And he came back to fight a tough dude in Verdejo because Verdejo was doing good. Verdejo was knocking guys out. He was coming back. Everybody thought he was coming back. And look what happened.
Yep.
Nakatani fought in the beginning scared because, when you come from an injury like that, you don't know how you're going to react to punches.
Right.
To real punches. And that's what I saw in Nakatani. But then when I saw him, like, after the third, fourth round, I saw him getting more composed. Then I knew that, I made $500 in that fight. I made $500 in that fight. I'm going to put those $500 on the fight happening right now on Saturday.
Okay.
I think if Luke Campbell goes in there, like the way Luke Campbell went in there when he fought Lomachenko, he will win the fight. But if Luke Campbell doesn't go in there the way he's supposed to, he's going to lose. But I'll put my money on Luke Campbell. Okay. I think he's a real good fighter. I never seen Ryan as a good fighter. It's not because I hate the kid.
Right.
It's that I just don't like the way he moves in there. I mean, he doesn't look like a real fighter.
Right.
I've never been convinced with this kid. And you're going to hear it. If he does beat him, you're going to hear it. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be like he beat Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's okay. Let them get their win. But I'm going for Luke Campbell. I just want you to know I'm betting $500 on this fight. If I win, I'll probably get, what is it? The odds are like 3-1, I think. They're almost the same odds as me and Lomachenko. My son and Lomachenko. So I'm putting $500 on Campbell. Listen, to me, I think Ryan only does good with, he's only good with guys that are a lower weight than his, 126 pounders. I think if Luke still has something in him and he doesn't think about his losses, that's why I told Eddie Hearn that Luke was a loser, because he has losing in his head. You understand? Right. And that's one thing that could destroy a boxer. And so Luke is going to call me in a few minutes because I just texted him. And I explained to him why I said that, because you know how people put words into other people's mouth. I mean, they put words into other people's heads, like, oh, Teofimo said you was a loser. Or probably the way they saw it on the video, but we explained to Eddie right there and everybody heard it. We were trying to say that Luke got to go in there, not thinking
he needs a winner's mentality to go in there.
Just like, remember, like with Floyd, like Floyd used to do and say it all the time. I'm going in there with a guy that already lost. He has losing in his head. You understand? That's the concept I was trying to bring in there. So Luke is gonna call me. I want Ryan to win because it's better for us, business-wise.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
Yeah. But I gotta be realistic, and I believe Luke is gonna beat him. It's probably gonna be on decision. I wouldn't be surprised if Luke stops him, but let's see what happens.
I think Garcia is gonna have a tough time with Campbell. Very tall southpaw. He's gonna have a tough time with him.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell the people. People don't believe me. People say that it's gonna be easy. Listen, I'm taking a risk because it depends on what Luke goes in there. If gold medalist Olympian Luke goes in that fight, there's no way Ryan can beat him.
The Luke that we saw in the first 6 or 8 rounds against Lomachenko. That's
the Luke we need to see. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
In that fight, he did really good. Not really good because he got beat up, but he did good because he lasted with Loma, one of the greats. And I guarantee you, Loma will beat everybody right now in the 135, 130. Anybody. That's why Loma shouldn't feel bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, he lost to a great. My son is going to go in the history, in the book, as one of the best that ever lived in boxing. I already know that. As long as God gives us health,
They did not offer you guys a rematch clause in the contract. I know it's a bit of a point of contention, if you will, when you were, contracting to begin with. Was he asking for a rematch?
If we fight Loma again, we're just going backwards. All right? We already did what we had to do. Another thing why we don't want to fight Loma is because we fight Loma, we're going to knock him out. Because this time he's going to try to come forward.
Yeah.
and my son's gonna crack him.
You start from the 12th.
You saw what he did to him in the 12th round.
Yep.
You saw what he did to him in the 12th. My son could have done that in the 9th, 8th. Could have done that after the 8th round, but he decided not to do it. And bro, I had to almost choke him for him to let go, because my son holds like 20% of what he has, you know. And I told him, you don't gotta hold nothing no more, bro. This is the last round. You carrying this dude. You know, they're gonna rob the fight. He went in there, bro. You saw how he went out there, bro. My son could have done that for 3 rounds more. Loma doesn't want to fight us. That's a lie. He's just saying that because, you know, he's a warrior, and you know how Loma is. He's a diva.
Yeah.
He's gonna have that scar with him for the rest of his life. You know, at least with Salido, you know, Salido played him dirty.
Right.
You know, Salido must have hit him in his nuts like about 100 times.
Right.
You know, Salido did not win that fight. I guarantee you that.
That was
you know, and Lomos almost took him out in the last round. Yeah. But that's the past. I don't want to talk about the past. I want to talk about the present.
The present and the future.
What's there for us?
You guys are looking at Campbell.
What's there for us?
What's the date range, or the kind of the sort of date range you're looking for Cambosis, if that works out?
We're thinking about maybe like April, May. You know, we've been in talks. Let's see what happens. They're talking about like maybe 60,000 people. I think if we put the Franco fight with the Maloney fight as the undercard, we could bring those people. We could bring around 60-something thousand people in there. You know, that's a big purse. Just on attendance, filling up the stadium, just the gate will be like maybe $3 million. So that's what we're going for. You know, if something happens and the fight falls off, we come in after one of those guys. I'm guaranteeing you right now, if the falls with Gamboa, we come into one of those guys, the big talkers at 135. Okay, and we're gonna knock them out.
Nice. The big talkers.
The big talkers. We're gonna knock them out.
Knock out the big talk.
And I don't have not even one doubt about that. My son became a better fighter after he fought Loma. He became a sharper, a more better fighter, a more intelligent fighter. Those like after the 8th round, because I had it a blowout for the first of the 8.
Yep.
I think that they want to give Lomachenko the 9th, the 10th, the 11th. If you look at that round in the 9th, he only did good for 10 seconds.
Right.
So what happened to the other 200? What happened to the other 2 minutes and 50 seconds?
Yes.
What happened to that? They didn't even show a clip of my son hitting this dude in the 9th. Well, it started in the 8th. The 8th, the 9th, and the 10th, and the 11th, they didn't show one clip of my son hitting this dude. You know, they could trick the audience. They're not going to trick the judges. And you know, Top Rank wanted Lomachenko to win. We didn't even have one person in the press conference. That was a disgrace. That was like a slap in our faces. Not even Bob Arum congratulated my son.
Really?
Of course. Really. Wow. Nobody went to the press conference.
I watched the press conference.
Only the reporters were there.
Yeah, and Teo, I saw.
Did you see somebody in the press conference?
I saw that, and then Teofimo got upset. Champ got upset, and he seemed like he felt like, and he walked out at the end. I saw that.
But bro, you work for this company. You give your heart and soul. You give your life. These people have died for that company. You know, and for them not to even hug my son, not to even go up stage with him, not to even go up to, to where they do the interview after the fight, and it's disgusting, bro. You know what I'm saying? But that's the shit we got to deal with.
Yeah.
But that's what God wants, because that motivates me.
Always has.
It makes me a stronger person.
How's the relationship with Bob right now?
Listen, I don't got nothing against Bob. Or Todd DeBuff. Or Carl Moretti. Or Brad Goodman. Or they just don't like me because I got a big mouth. And everything I say, I do.
No.
I think that's what it is. I don't know. But I don't got no bad feelings for these people, bro. And I should, because of the way they're treating my son.
Yeah.
I know they wouldn't like it if I treat their sons like that.
Right.
I guarantee you they wouldn't like it.
Right.
But that's them, bro. I don't care about them.
No.
As long as they give me the fights and they put my son in the ring to kick everybody's ass, I'm happy with that. Because they can't fight for these fighters. They wish they can, but they can't. And when we beat this other dude that we're going to beat, whoever it is, they're going to still keep on smashing us. We haven't fought nobody. We haven't done anybody. Oh, if we fight Terrence Crawford and we beat him, Oh no, Terrence Crawford was sucked. He was overrated. That's all they're gonna say. It's always some shit.
Yeah.
Bro, I told my son, listen, you gonna beat Loma, they still gonna bash us. And that's exactly what happened. And they're gonna keep on bashing us until Lomachenko beats one of these 135s bad. And then they're gonna say, damn, Teo's the real deal. Teo was the real deal. You know? Bro, Loma was killing everybody for. He's a freaking. You heard this other kid say. Another kid said that Loma is a 126 pounder. That we didn't beat nobody. That we beat a 126 pounder when he started. When he beat like 5, 6 champions.
That's crazy.
I mean, he beat like 5 big guys at 135.
That's crazy.
Guys that nobody has. None of them have 4.
Nah, that's crazy.
No, he was a 130 solid 135. I don't know what to say, man. All I know is that the future looks very, very clear for us. It looks beautiful. We imagine what we did this year. Imagine what we're gonna do 2021. It's gonna be bigger than what we did right now. I'm telling you right now, because my son gets better. He fights better with bigger dudes, and I know none of these guys can. I know none of these guys can. They're having problems with at 135. You think they're gonna? You know what you think is gonna happen when they gotta go up there and they don't got no pop to walk these guys down? What do you think that is gonna happen? You know, my son fights better with bigger guys because he could pop and he's fast. He's gonna be way faster than them and smarter.
Yep.
You know, I told everybody my son was smarter, faster, and smarter than Loma, and nobody believed me. Everybody was laughing. Now everybody want to turn it around and say that Lomachenko was overrated.
Nobody can say that. Yeah, that's a casual. Nobody could say it. There's no one that could say Lomachenko's overrated.
You know, only in America, bro. This shit only happens in America, bro. This shit only happens in America, and I gotta laugh at it, bro. If I let this shit get to my head, bro, I'm gonna go crazy.
Speaking of the future and looking forward, so ideally, man, you guys want to take 1 or maybe 2 more fights at 35, and hopefully eye up the Josh Taylor and Ramirez winner, right? And then collect all the belts at 40. That's the plan.
And watch those guys run from us. Watch those guys run from us.
Yeah.
Watch, because if they want to lose, they better stay there at 140. If they want to lose, you know. But if they want to win, they got to move to 147. Oh, they probably lose over there too, because you got Crawford over there too.
Yeah, that was pretty deep.
You know, Crawford's a great fighter. I like Crawford. I'm nothing against Crawford. You know, we'll get to Crawford one day. You know, I know he'll still be around, and hopefully, you know, if God gives us health, we'll be around as well.
Yeah.
That would be a mega fight. That'll be a great fight.
That would be absolutely.
But you know, but I'm telling you right now, if something falls off, we got Moses, we fighting one of those guys.
One of the big.
You know, I don't know who it's gonna be, but we fighting one because we ain't fighting no bums.
Right.
Well, we're not fighting everybody think they're bums. You know, we're gonna fight the guys that everybody thinks are good. You know,
right?
Because to me, they're not good.
Right.
You know, but we're gonna fight the guys that people want us to fight. That's what we're gonna do. You know, but we're not gonna let go. And I don't care what anybody says. We're not letting go of $8 million, $10 million. We're not.
Yeah.
You're gonna treat us like kings over there in Australia.
Well, they should. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, that's gonna be an amazing show, especially with 60,000 people at a stadium. Australia loves their boxing. They actually like Cambosis too, and it should be interesting. No worries. I'm about at my time limit, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up here, my dude. But always great chatting.
I mean, we wrapped up a lot. We wrapped up a lot of things really quick, so you know that's why I don't let you talk.
Yeah, that's all right. I just let you talk, man.
I'm sorry, Johnny.
Nah, dude, you do great, dude. I love it, man. It's awesome, man. Never say sorry.
Listen, I don't forget one thing about me, Johnny. I don't forget where I come from. You know, you was always there for us. You was our first reporter. Yep. You're the first one.
Yep.
That reported my son when we won the Golden Glove Nationals. Remember? And you was reporting us before that too. So.
What that?
I mean, that was one of the biggest wins that you reported us when we won the Golden Glove Nationals. That none of these guys won. None of them won the whole story
about how you picked them up in 2015 and took them out, man. Great, amazing story. I appreciate you, dude. Brotherly love, dude. Give the love to the family for us.
And Olympic trials too, baby.
Oh, and the Olympic trials, and fighter of the Olympic trials, fighter of the Golden Gloves. You wrapped it up. You won. I mean, everything. You
Olympic qualifiers, everything. It's gonna keep on going, Johnny.
Awesome.
Can't wait to see.
Right here.
Take care.
All right, man. Brotherly love, man. Thanks for coming on.